My name is Gabby Arias. I'm the Resident Services Coordinator for a nonprofit called Housing on Merit Home. And Housing on Merit provides assistance to women veterans in the local San Diego community who are currently experiencing homelessness. And through this program, we assist women veterans with getting into permanent stable housing. Our Awards of Merit program houses several women annually. And the way that we do this is that we provide women with funding to reduce barriers to permanent housing. Some of these barriers typically include first month's rent or security deposit in order to be able to get into a stable housing situation. And one of the women who we met 2 years ago was homeless at the time, living in the San Diego County winter tent for veterans. And here's her story. Her name is April Adair, and she is going to talk about her journey through homelessness to permanent housing with our assistance from Housing on Merit.
My name is April Adair, and I'm a 61-year-old veteran from the Army. Spent 23 years, and I recently was homeless. And I'll give you some background on that. I lost my job. I was an embalmer at a Catholic mortuary in Los Angeles, and had also a traumatic experience where I caught TB and became ostracized by the co-workers there. And I won't go into detail, but it really hurt. And at the same time, I was losing my eyesight due to cataracts. So one mistake by not making thumbprints for a case that I had embalmed led me to being fired. And knowing that, I came back to San Diego to live with my aunt. And then while I was there, she told me that she was moving out of her mobile home park. So all of a sudden, I knew what was going to happen. My worst nightmares were coming true. I did a lot of research to try to find out what it was like to be homeless, how to survive, how to live in your car. And the first time I gathered information, I said, well, let me go stock up as much clothing and personal effects so I can live in my car. And then the more research I did, it led me to believe this is not for me. I couldn't make it. For some reason, I guess God had another answer for me, because when I went to the Naval Exchange to search and buy a hibachi, they didn't have any. And so I said, well, there's no need to buy charcoal. So I don't know who it was I talked to, but they had mentioned going up to VA hospital in La Jolla. And that's when I found out they had shelter at St. Vincent de Paul. So I arrived there, and I definitely didn't want to stay there because I saw the other side of being homeless. And I'm one of those people that used to snub their nose. You know, you see people, going down the street with their carts, people that, look dirty and stuff. And not once in my worst nightmares did I ever think that was going to be me. And it became me. And I was asking God, just take me out of this place. I can't stay here. And the final straw was when they wanted me to save 60% of my disability paycheck, which was only $585 at the time. And I had a car bill, and I had some other bills I was paying off. So I was disciplined for that. So I said, I have to go, and went to the shelter for the veterans, and I felt more comfortable because I was with my own. And I believe there was about 7 females that were there at the time, and got along well, and I learned a lot about all the social programs they had for veterans. A representative from Housing on Merit came by the winter tent one day, and she talked to all the female veterans, and she explained what their program was about. I received a reward, and we had a nice little dinner at one of the restaurants and received our certificate. My situation was a little bit different because I went to another transitional housing for veterans in Oceanside. After my 2 years were up at Interfaith, I had requested an extension because I found an apartment complex, the one that I'm living at right now, and I was under the impression that the apartment complex was going to be open, but that wasn't to be. So I found out that I was disapproved for extension. And then I called Gabby, and she gave me, some advice. And then one day somebody told me about the Home of Merit program. And there was a lady that was going to come and interview us. And then when she did come, she had asked us to do a little biography, a bio about ourselves in the military. And those that did well were going to receive some money. Now, I'm so happy that Home of Merit came into my life. These people have been fantastic. Now that I have my own place, my next goal is to go out and do a lot of job interviews. There's one particular hospital that I would like to apply at and hopefully get accepted at, and it's not too far from here. I have, with the training that I've received, and then with that motivation, I'm ready.